I'm currently stood in the middle of what will become our kitchen when we finish the work, and I'm stood with my back to the hallway, and you can see more about the hallway in my previous video. Walk into the kitchen, you can see some interesting decorations on the walls where the previous owners painted around signs, and then we've also ripped off some of the fire warning signs. All of these cupboards were left by the previous owners, although they took the movable height work surface, leaving us an interesting gap, although it is quite handy to have our rubbish and our recycling bin in there. We have two sinks in the kitchen, although interesting plumbing means that if you run the tap in this small one and the main one, the water will stop. We've also got our dishwasher, and because of the plumbing for those two sinks, they didn't put it in very well, and it means that the dishwasher doesn't actually fit into the space. And it's an annoying place to have a dishwasher anyway, because we can't get into the cupboard when the dishwasher's open. I keep turning round. See, this stud wall here was put in to gain access to some other part of the house, and this will all come out, including, if I look up, we will take out the emergency light and the fluorescent tubes. Walk out, you go past some fire doors through to a fire exit, and the kitchen, once we've removed all of this stud wall, the kitchen will go up to this wall here, and we will leave that entrance through to the other part of the house, which will have our study in. If I go back round, you can see this is the internal hallway I mentioned. This small area has 5 doors on it, so it's fairly crowded. This is main wall, came with the original builded house, and that's stone, but that will come out, so we can knock this, what we use as a utility room, though it was used as a bathroom by the previous owners, and they had a bath in this gap here. If you look up at the ceiling, you can make out the marks where they had a hoist to help get people into the bath. So it's a wonderfully bright room, it's south-facing, a bit of a waste of space at the moment. Here we go, there are all our outdoor shoes collections, and we have some artwork on the wall from the previous residents that we haven't worked out how to remove. If I keep going round, you can again see features like this where we had a door closure, which we've removed off the door, and this is our dining room. This is where we eat all our meals, because we don't have room in the kitchen to eat. Although the previous owners used it as a sensory room, as you can see by the labels on the light switches. It'd be nice if they'd left the bubble tube and the mirror ball. Again, you see it's a wonderfully bright room, south-facing, looking over the garden. Although, again, we don't understand what we were doing for some of this. These marks. No idea, but all of that will come out. With double doors into the lounge, which we intend to keep the gap and make sure we've got good access, and then we could open up the kitchen into the lounge if we want to. This wall I used in my original video from the other side. This will have the staircase on it. And if you look at that post, this will also have some internal windows to help get this bright light into the hallway. The question being, do we have half height windows or full height windows? And if I tip down, you can see our snake. Some people think it's not the best object to have in the dining room. Again, if I turn back round, we're back to the beginning of the internal hallway.